Okay, we are live now.
We're live now.
Sorry, everybody, we're having technical difficulties for some reason. I tried to do something cool and bring it outside, but um. So, anyways, I'm gonna mute, and Emily's gonna kind of. This is Sean and Emily, and Emily's gonna kind of lead us in a little yoga, and hopefully it works out here. So, all
All right.
right, I'm
Retweeting.
muting.
Okay.
All right. Hi, guys. So we're going to do just a little yoga flow to kind of create some mobility in the spine, create some space in the body. The point of yoga is really just to connect with yourself. So if there's anything that feels uncomfortable or that you want to skip, just skip it. Gonna try to keep it just really simple and gentle and just get the body moving and create some space today. So let's start in a child's pose. So we'll bring your feet to touch at the back of the mat, spread the knees out wide. Sit your hips back towards the heels and then walk the arms out in front of you. And connect your forehead down to the mat. Close the eyes down. And just take a moment to settle into this position, drop into your body, and just start to notice if there's places that you're holding on, that you're creating tension or resistance, and try to soften. So moving your awareness into your hips, try to relax. Soften all the way up your spine through the muscles of the back and the shoulders and the neck. Relax your face. And as you deepen your awareness of the body, just allow yourself to arrive on your mat, arrive for this experience, to be fully present. Let's take a nice, long, slow, deep inhale through the nose, filling all the way to the top of the lungs. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth, let it go. Again, nice, slow, deep inhale, feeling the expansion of your chest, your lungs, the backs of your ribs expand. Sip in a little more air, hold the breath. Exhale, sigh it out, and push all the air out of your lungs so you're completely empty. And then slowly start to fill yourself back up again. Just taking a few deep breaths in and out through the nose, deep expansion as you breathe in, deeper release as you breathe out. And on your next inhale, start to walk your hands over to the right, off the right side of the mat. Just creating length through the spine, feeling a stretch through the left side body. Take a couple deep breaths. And then start to make your way through center, take it over to the left. Once you find the position, send your right hip back towards your right heel. Just creating a little bit more space in the right side body, breathing into the right side body as you breathe in, softening into the hips as you breathe out. And then walk your hands to center. Press yourself up into a tabletop, spreading the fingers wide, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. As you inhale, lift the heart, lift the hips, cow pose. As you exhale, round and tuck, chin in towards the chest, hips in towards the ribs, cat pose. Inhale forward, roll the shoulders down the back, open through the chest. Exhale, press the floor away, round through the spine and the shoulder blades. Again, inhale forward, lift the heart, lift the hips. Exhale, round and tuck, belly in. Just take a couple more rounds of cow-cat at your own pace, connecting the breath to the movement. So as you inhale, we lift up. As you exhale, round and tuck. Maybe closing the eyes down, just feeling a little bit more deeply into your own body, connecting with the breath. Let's take one more breath. And then start to make your way back to center. Come back into your tabletop. Big inhale, right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Take your right ear down to the mat. Press the palm of your left hand into the floor to deepen the twist. So we're rotating the torso around the spine using the connection of the body to the floor. One more breath. And then press into the left hand, slowly unwind, right arm all the way up towards the sky. And we'll take the right hand down to meet the left. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, thread it through, left ear down to the mat. Press the palm of the right hand into the floor to rotate your chest up towards the sky. It should feel like a nice deep stretch through your shoulders. And try to soften. Notice if you're holding the breath, come back to your breath. And we'll press into the right hand to unwind. Big inhale, left arm all the way back up. And then take the left hand down to meet the right. Keeping your hips stacked over your knees, start to walk your hands forward. We're coming into your puppy pose. So we want to take the chin down to the mat or your forehead down to the mat. We're trying to relax into the shoulders, letting the chest melt down towards the mat. Just take a couple breaths here. And then start to look forward. Press your forearms into the mat and shift your hips forward, coming into your Sphinx pose. Arms pull back towards the body as the heart pulls forward, opening up into the chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower the chest down to the mat. Send your arms out wide to the side, creating a T shape with the body. So the arms are just coming straight out from the shoulders, palms face down. We'll roll onto your left shoulder, taking your right leg behind. Just relax your head down onto the mat. You can wrap your right arm around the back if you want to take it a little bit deeper, but it's a passive stretch. So we're just using the connection of the body to the floor to open up into your shoulder. One more breath. And then we'll slowly start to unwind. Send your right arm out to the right and roll onto your right shoulder. Take your left leg behind. Relax your head down onto the floor. You can wrap your left arm around the back if you want to take it a little bit deeper, just leaning back into the stretch. Should feel like you're opening up into the front of your shoulder. And we'll slowly unwind, come back to center. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press your feet down into the mat. As you inhale, lift the chest up, baby cobra. And exhale to lower. Again, inhale, roll the shoulders open, lift the chest, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale to lift. Hold the position here and check in, make sure you're pressing the feet down, pull your belly in, and then see if you can lift your hands up off the mat. Lift the heart a little bit higher. And then take the hands to the mat, upward facing dog. Press through your hands, legs are active, belly pulls in towards the spine, expand open through the heart, take a deep breath in. And then take the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. And just take a moment in your down dog to pedal out the feet. Stretch out through the backs of your legs. You can shake your hips a little side to side, shake out the head, find some movement, create some space in your downward facing dog. And then start to find stillness here. Your feet should be about hip width distance apart. Your heels press down as your sit bones lift up towards the sky. Even if you have a soft bend in the knees, we're still trying to create that opposing action where you're creating length all the way down the back lines of the legs. And then spread your fingers wide and press the palms of the hands into the mat so that your upper body is active, shoulders pull up the back. So we're trying to lift the body weight up away from the mat. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out the mouth, let it go. Inhale, lift up high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, send your chest further back towards the thighs, look forward. Step your feet up, hip width distance apart. Soft bend in the knees, grab onto opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. You can sway gently side to side, create a little bit of space through the spine. One more breath. And then make your way to center, hold the position here, shake out your head, release the neck, and just let your upper body hang heavy. Try to find places in the body that you can soften and relax. One more breath. And we'll gently release the hands. Inhale to your flat back, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. Take a deep bend in the knees, chin to chest, start to roll yourself up one vertebra at a time, articulating through the spine, taking your time. Shoulders roll open, stand up nice and tall at the top. Just feeling the connection of your body to the floor, growing nice and tall, all the way through your center to the top of your head. We'll take a big inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step your left foot back, and we'll gently lower your left knee down to the mat. Inhale the arms up. So you're getting this nice deep stretch through your left hip flexor, but your legs are active, so pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and then sink a little bit deeper into the stretch without collapsing into your low back. So the belly pulls in towards the spine, soften the shoulders down the back. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Straighten out your front leg, coming into your half split. Flex the front foot, and then just let your body relax and fold in towards the leg. So we're just opening up into the back of your right leg, your hamstring, and your calf. We're just noticing when we're creating unnecessary tension in the body when we don't need to be, so softening into the muscles of the shoulders and the neck. One more breath. And we'll inhale to rebend the front knee. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, lift up off the back knee. Step your right foot back to meet your left, coming into your plank pose. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Press the floor away so your shoulders are active, core is engaged. We'll shift forward on the toes, lower your knees to the mat, and then bend the elbows in towards the side body, chaturanga, into your upward facing dog. Big inhale, heart lifts up, and take it all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose.
Sean, can you
Exhale.
mute?
So deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Inhale to lift up high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, send the chest back towards the thighs, look forward. Step your feet up, hip width distance apart. This time, let's take a nice deep bend in the knees. Take your right arm around the outside of your right leg, grab the front of your left shin. Left arm around the left leg, grab the front of your right shin. If that's not comfortable for today, just hold on to the backs of your ankles. It's going to be the same movement. So as you inhale, deep bend in the knees. And as you exhale, start to work on straightening and think of lengthening the top of your head down towards the toes. Taking your time, moving with the breath. Inhale, deep bend in the knees. And as you exhale, sit bones lift up towards the sky, lengthen through the backs of your thighs. One more time, inhale, deep bend. And exhale, straighten and lengthen, hold it here. Shake out your head, release the neck. Just hold it here at your deepest point. Try to relax. So we're trying to work with the body, not against it. So trying to find places in the body that you can soften. Let's take one more breath. Gently release the hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Deep bend in the knees, chin to chest. Roll yourself up one vertebra at a time, articulating through the spine. Shoulders roll open, stand up nice and tall at the top. Big inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, right foot steps back. Gently back knee down. Big inhale, arms up. Squaring off your hips, so we want the hip points facing forward towards the front of the mat. So the legs are active, belly pulls in towards the spine, shoulders soften down the back. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Half split, straighten out the front leg. Send your hips back. Flex the front foot. And let your body fold into the stretch. And take a couple deep breaths. On your next inhale, we'll rebend the front knee. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, lift up off the back knee. Oh my God, stop it. Step your left foot back. Find your plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. Press the floor. Wait, oh my God, stop. Crazy. We'll shift it forward. Take your knees to the mat. Bend your elbows, chaturanga, elbows in. Big inhale, upward facing dog. And take it all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Once we get to your down dog, you can pedal it out again, shake it out, let it go. And then start to find stillness here again. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Inhale to lift up high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float to the top of your mat. This time, let's bring your big toes to touch. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Take a big inhale to rise. Palms touch, look up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, chair pose, sit your hips low. So sitting your hips back towards the heels, little tuck of the tailbone, heart lifts up. Belly pulls in towards the spine, shoulders soften down the back. Stay with your breath here. Try to sit a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step your left foot back. Let's take your left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Right hand up, twisted low lunge. Top of the head lengthens forward as the left heel reaches back. Lift the heart up a little bit higher. Take one more breath in the twist. And then we'll start to reach your right arm back. As the right arm sweeps down towards the floor, let's lift both arms up, high lunge. So finding your balance between the feet, nice deep bend in the front knee. Spine is long, stacked over the hips. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, back heel down, warrior two, open it up. Heel of the right foot lines up with the arch of the left foot, tailbone tucks. Sit a little bit deeper into the position. Flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. So nothing changed in the legs. We're just finding this deep side body stretch here. Sit a little bit deeper into the bend in the front knee. Reach further through the right arm. Deep breath in. And exhale, come back into your warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Turn your right toes to face the left. Interlace your hands behind the back. Shoulders roll open, heart lifts up, deep breath in. And exhale, fold it forward. So we're in this wide leg forward fold with the arms bound. The weight is towards the balls of the feet. The knees are soft. The neck is soft. Maybe you close the eyes down for a second. We'll take one more breath. And then gently release the hands. Walk yourself over to the right. Low lunge facing the front of your mat. Plant your hands, step the right foot back. Find your plank pose again. So for this round, you have the option to take your knees to the mat again, or if you want to keep the knees lifted, we'll shift it forward, chaturanga, elbows in. Big inhale, upward facing dog. And take it all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or float to the top of your mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Take a big inhale to rise. Palms touch, look up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, chair pose, sit the hips low. Find the position, find the connection through your midline. So squeezing the legs together, squeezing the ribs together. Maybe this time you give the toes a little wiggle on the mat. And then shift forward without changing the position. Maybe you lift the heels up and find your balance. Sit a little bit deeper, stay with your breath. If the heels are lifted, lower the heels. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step your right foot back. Right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Left arm lifts, twisted low lunge. So whenever we're in a twist, we always want to think of creating length through the spine first, and then rotating the torso around it. So your right ribs twist up towards the left without overextending the top arm. So the left arm is stacked right over the shoulders. Let's take one more breath. Left arm starts to reach back. As the left arm circles down, find your balance between the feet. Both arms raise, high lunge. Nice deep bend in the front knee, square off your hips. And then soften the shoulders, soften the face. Deep breath in. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. So rooting down through the outer edge of that back foot. Your left knee is pressing out to the left. Tailbone tucks. Let's sit a little bit deeper. And then flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Nice deep bend in the front knee, sit a little bit deeper, deep breath in. Exhale, warrior two, stand it up. Straighten the front leg. Turn your left toes to face the right. Interlace your hands behind the back, take the other thumb on top. Roll the shoulders open, lift the heart, deep breath in. And exhale, fold it forward. So making sure your knees are soft, we're not locking out the knee joints. You can shake out the head, release the neck. Try to stay nice and soft in the shoulders. So yoga feels a whole lot better when we focus on letting go instead of trying to force ourselves into things. So trying to find places that you can soften, any resistance that you can let go of. Maybe you close the eyes down. Just enjoying this moment of stillness as you fold into yourself. And we'll gently release the hands. Walk yourself over to the left. Low lunge facing the front of your mat. Press through your hands, step the left foot back, find your plank, and then decide if you want to keep the knees lifted or down on the mat. We'll shift it forward, chaturanga, elbows in. Big inhale, upward facing dog. And take it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. And let's lower the knees to the mat. Come back into your child's pose. So coming back to where we started for a second, just taking a couple breaths, taking a moment to reset, to reconnect, to come back to your breath. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll start to plant the hands, tuck your toes, take it up and back, downward facing dog. When you get to your down dog, let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. We'll inhale the right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stabilize your upper body. We'll start to draw a couple big circles with your kneecap. So your shoulders are still facing down towards the mat. Nice and active in the upper body. Let's switch directions with the legs. So taking the circles the other way. And then we'll start to find stillness here. So your knee is bent, your hip is open. Lift up high on your left toes. Deep breath in, right knee to right tricep, the outside of the right arm. Try to connect. And then right foot steps up to the outside of the right hand, right toes point open. Find a little bit of movement here in this position. So you can move a little forward, a little back. Just creating some space in your hips and your legs. Let's take 1 more breath. And then start to find stillness here. Gently lower your back knee down to the mat. Big inhale, right arm reaches back, pinky side edge of the left foot. So deep stretch through the front left side of the body, right shoulder rolls open. Try to find the softness here in this position. There's a couple modifications for this if you can't access it. You can always bring a block or something a little bit higher under the hand that's on the floor to get a little bit of lift in the upper body. You can also use a towel and wrap something around your foot to pull the foot in closer if you have any of those things accessible. We'll take a couple breaths. And then we'll gently release the foot. Let's plant your right hand down. We'll take your right foot and walk it over to the left side of the mat. Flex your right foot and let the right knee fall open. We want to try to keep your hips facing forward. So it's more important that the hips are facing forward than the hips being down on the floor. So what we're trying to get into is this stretch, this opening, this external rotation outside of your right hip. We'll inhale to lift the heart, and then exhale, fold into the stretch. If this position is too much for your knees or for your hips, I'm going to show you another option, a modification for it. You can come down onto your back, and we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and then reach through, grab the back of your left leg, and pull the legs in towards the chest. So it's the same position. We're still getting that external rotation in the right hip, but we're taking a lot of pressure off of the knee and the hip. So taking a few breaths here in this stretch, just giving the body a moment to open up, to release, close the eyes down, come back to your breath. Taking your time as you breathe. So for most of us, we tend to take a lot of short, shallow breaths to the chest. So giving yourself the chance to breathe really deeply, taking your time, seeing if you can increase the length of your breath as opposed to the volume of your breath. Creating deep expansion as you breathe in, creating space through the chest, the lungs, the ribs. And as you exhale, finding deeper release, soften into the hips, the shoulders, the neck, the face. Let's take a couple more long, deep breaths. And then we'll inhale to lift the chest, plant your hands, tuck your back toes, lift off your back knee, and send the right leg up and back. Shake it out, let it go. And we'll take it back into your downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip, and start to draw big circles with your kneecap. Couple in one direction, and then switch directions, take it the other way. And then start to find stillness here. Your knee is bent, your hip is open. Lift up high on the right toes. Deep breath in, left knee to left tricep. Get the shoulders over the wrist, press the floor away. Use your core to step the left foot up to the outside of the left hand, left toes point open. And then find a little bit of movement here in this position. So there's no right or wrong. Just creating a little bit of space in your own body. Let's take one more breath. And then start to find stillness here. Gently take your back knee down to the mat. Big inhale, left arm reaches back, pinky side edge of the right foot. Deep stretch through the front right side of the body, left shoulder rolls open. And then try to relax into the position. Maybe you shift your gaze down to the mat. Take the pressure off your neck. One more breath. And then gently release the foot. Bring your left hand down to the mat. And we'll walk your left foot over to the right side of the mat. Flex your foot, let the knee fall open. Square off your hips, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, fold it forward. Or coming down onto your back and coming into that thread the needle position. So if you're coming onto your back, you're going to want to cross the left ankle over the right thigh and then reach through and grab the back of your right leg, gently pulling the legs in towards the chest, but relaxing into your upper body. So just let your head relax down onto the mat, relax into your shoulders. And then stay with your body, stay with your breath. Try to find places in the body that you can let go a little bit deeper. Sometimes just moving our awareness into the hips, we start to notice those little places where we're holding on And we don't actually need to be, and sometimes just moving our awareness there allows us to soften, to create a little bit more space. Let's take a couple more long, deep breaths. And on your next inhale, start to lift the chest. Plant your hands. Tuck the back toes, lift up off the back knee, and send the left leg up and back. Shake it out. Let it go. And we'll take the left foot down to meet the right. Let's lower your knees to the mat. Send your feet to the side and sit your hips back. And just stretch the legs out in front of you. We'll take a big inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold it forward. Just letting your upper body relax and fold in towards the legs. Letting this position be an expression of gratitude, just taking a moment to thank your body. Thanking yourself for taking the time out of your day to do something healthy and good for you. Let's take one more breath. And then we'll inhale, lift the chest. Bend your knees and just gently make your way down onto your back. Knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Wrap the arms around the legs. Rock a little side to side. Release the low back. And then make your way to center. Take your left foot down to the center of the mat. Cross your right leg tightly over your left. Shift your hips a little bit to the right, and then let your legs fall to the left. Right shoulder stays down. Just one last supine twist. No work is happening here. You're just letting your spine decompress. Breath starts to soften. And we'll slowly start to unwind. Bring your hips back to center. Step the right foot down, cross the left leg over the right, and then hips to the left, legs to the right, left shoulder stays down. Taking that twist to the other side. Now we'll slowly unwind, come back to center. Uncross the legs and reach for outer edges of the feet, happy baby. Maybe you rock a little side to side. Maybe you stretch out the legs. Just finding some last little movement here that feels good. And take a couple breaths. And we'll start to make your way to center. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Pull the forehead in towards the knees and take the deepest inhale you've taken all day, holding the breath at the top. No breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. letting your arms and your legs fall open away from the body. Close the eyes down. Settling into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Just taking a moment to return to your body and notice if there's any last residual resistance that you're still holding on to. Can you let it melt away? Reminding yourself that you're here, you're supported, you're safe. Just letting the thoughts pass through your mind as easily as the breath flows through your lungs, allowing yourself to be here now, to do absolutely nothing. And start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Invite movement back into the body, wiggle the fingers and the toes. And gently reach the arms back overhead, stretch the feet forward, find a nice long stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And roll onto either side, come into your fetal position. Just take a moment here in this position of rebirth to allow yourself the space to integrate the experience of your practice into the body, the mind, the spirit. Taking one last moment just for you before you move on with your day. And whenever you're ready, keeping the eyes closed down, gaze within, start to make your way up to a comfortable seat. And we'll sit up nice and tall, take the hands to the heart. In acknowledgement and gratitude for your practice and for all that you are, all that you're capable of. Let's take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. So much gratitude from me to you for letting me lead you through this practice. It's always my honor. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Yay!
Hold on, Sean, I'm muted. I don't know if he knows it. Sorry, everybody.
What?
There's technical. I have Sean muted. It worked out kind of good, other than my technical difficulties. I still don't know what my computer's doing. So.
Could you hear me okay and everything?
Oh yeah, that's great.
Oh, good.
There were some it would cut out a little bit sometimes, but it saved itself.
Okay.
At least for me.
Oh, it's great, Emily. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
How do you feel about it, Emily?
I felt great, other than my cat having some rage blackouts.
That's part of the
there
deal.
for a second.
I feel good about it. I enjoyed it. I think I only blew a couple moves because I couldn't quite understand or see. I think that most of those moves I'm familiar with, I think learned one or two things in that.
Oh, good, good. Did we have any comments or anything?
Yeah, everyone who was commenting, but I can't look through them right now because my computer will freak out at me for some reason. I don't know.
Well, thank you to anyone who practiced with us. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it's document. Now anybody can
Namaste. I'm gonna end the live. Thank you everyone for
Okay.
watching. It'll work if I can end it. You try to do something nice and then it doesn't fucking work.
Anytime she brings me on, that's what happens.
I don't know what it is. I hope I can fix it if it's my computer, because I have a stream later too.